Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of the Story Strong podcast. Today you will be sitting in on our weekly coaching development where Alex, Ryan and myself, Max, will be discussing the ins and outs of the T-spine. Please stay tuned for the journey as we learn the ropes of not only podcasting and recording content, but also the ropes of the human body, mindset, plus personal and business development.
All right. So how did we go with it?
I did it this morning.
Sick, me too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Fucking oath, bro.
Are you serious?
He doesn't do anything else in the morning.
Man.
Might as well.
Bro, I was stressing hard last night.
I did the first semester of uni three years in a row, bro. I'm fucking...
See, Ryan also had a full morning of clients though, so he couldn't do it this morning.
you didn't have a choice, man.
I was like, far out.
I had
boys.
absolutely...
Came off
fuck
6
all
days
to
of
do, man.
hourly and I'm like, okay, let's
It
go.
was fucking...
All right, let's kick it off, hey?
All right.
First of all, we had to write a program based around an issue or fucking something to do with a T-spine thing that we made up. Who's up first? Me?
Who programmed the first week?
I was on the 7th. Was I on the 7th or the 31st?
I don't know. I was on the 7th.
Oh, yeah, me too, bro.
We'll probably cut this out, eh?
Alright, oops. Hey, yo. Yeah, okay, cool. So I did let's go 8. Let's go use our gold service on the week view, bro. Look at that.
It's actually silver, but that's fine.
Really?
I think.
No, we're gold.
No, we're gold now.
Platinum's, platinum's the next one.
All right, explain what issue you were going
So
with.
I just had like a general T-spine tension. It was nothing. I didn't go into like fucking nothing
Anything
serious.
specific,
It was literally just like, oh, my shit's tight. Like, what can I do? I actually approached this. Thanks, man. I've never put a shirt on before.
It's annoying me.
I actually approached this a little bit differently to how I usually tackle problems. So instead of going, oh, this is the problem, I need to make the whole program to suit that problem, I just like took a whole body approach to the T-spine issue. And on days where it wasn't really something that was like catered to, like, you know, like your row days, obviously that's very direct on how you can tackle the issue.
Yeah.
Like your leg days and shit, I just chose exercises that were less likely to put an additional strain on that issue.
Yep. That makes sense.
So it's, like, I didn't do like fucking plate-loaded squat, like front plate-loaded squats and shit. It was like all close range. Like it just reduced the stress.
Okay.
I think there was what I intended to do coaching wise through the movements was just place a big emphasis on moving correctly.
Yeah.
So just making sure it was all coached properly and that sort of thing. Like it's just a standard approach to it.
Yeah.
On the days, can you turn the music down? It's throwing me off. Wigging out. My brain food shit's kicking in. On the days like back day and stuff.
Yeah.
There was definitely a big focus on non-lumbar loaded row variations. So I had seal rows, I've got chest supported rows, prone Cuban press, so it's taken out the overall, like,
Why did you choose more supported stuff to sort of control the lumbar over?
Well, in my initial issue, so what I did do is on my leg days and stuff, I had like high to low rows, you know, the banded ones where it's like you're in that position, so you still got that variation, but then you're strengthening. See, I could have changed stuff actually. I could have had that full. I literally just said it was a big focus on the coaching side of things. If you're doing the movement correctly, it is inherently fixing the problem.
Yeah.
So.
Then again, are you going to see someone for all 4 of the days that you coach them?
Correct, yeah. So if you miss the back day, I'd rather have them moving safely on their own. And then you could obviously introduce, like, you could probably, after 2 weeks, introduce one full body row variation and then jump it up to 2 and then 3 and whatever.
The way I think about that is if you've got something that's chest supported or you're supporting the lumbar, it's easier to teach where the thoracic spine needs to be, rather than being like, I'm in free space, the whole thing can move.
Yeah, you're forced
rather than
into
like
that.
You're lying down, T-spline extended slightly, and we're in the right spot.
Yeah, you're like forced into the neutral position. Yeah, no, that's cool. I fuck with
Creates
that.
a tactile cue.
Yeah, 100%.
The bench is a tactile cue. I like it. But yeah, outside of that, like it was just like bench. I just had like it's like someone's trying to get strong or you know put on muscle or whatever. And it's just synced in through. So like I've got band pull aparts and face pulls on the bench day just to make sure they're in the correct position and stuff. Deadlift day, I sort of just, that was one of the ones where I was like, okay, this needs to be coached correctly to be applied properly. But there's only so much you can do. And then I've got them doing walks and whole body general foam rolling Friday to Sunday, just to, again, I took a wholesome approach to this. So it was like, okay, I believe in doing something for yourself every day. So that's probably the best thing you could do on those days off to at least be progressing in the right direction for it. So
cool.
Yeah. That was
awesome, man. No, nice job, Max.
You're up, Buster.
From Max to me, I think we do share the same thing in the sense like a little bit every day creates big results in the long term. So
we're not actually podcasting. We're doing coaching development.
So are we podcasting at the moment?
Well, we are, but like we are actually just doing coaching development.
Well, I'm in it, dude.
You sound like professional.
I'm in it, hey.
Dude, I am.
Oh, so what? We're chill right now?
Fucking around.
Okay. No, I do believe but when this does go live, I strongly believe a little bit every day creates big results in the long term.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like for my case study, her name is Alexia Dunphy. And
Alexia
for
Dunphy.
Alexia Dunphy, she does do a desk job. She is at a computer all day.
Yep.
And what I did notice with her upon her initial consult is she did have very rounded shoulders.
Yep.
Quite kyphotic throughout the T-spine and that forward head position.
Yep.
So in terms of what she can do at home on the days where she's not in the gym is going through this whole body in general, which is basically just a circuit where we're looking at creating tension through the T-spine, tucking the chin, doing some scapular push-ups as well. She usually understands the movement of them, and then toe taps. Again, taking that general body approach.
Yep, I like it.
On the days that she is in the gym, with her goals of being a little bit overweight, she does want to go through a body composition program. And things do take time, but for her, I believe in going full body each day she's in the gym.
Yeah.
The way I tried to structure it was 3 pull to 1 push variation. So there is a lot of rowing. Again, from what I've read, it's all about strengthening rhomboids.
Yep.
Rhomboids, lower to mid trap.
Yep.
And then taking tension away from the chest.
Yeah.
So there is going to be pec minor releasing on the gym days, as well as doing the world's greatest stretch. And I did keep the warm-ups exactly the same because she is just getting into the gym. I wanted to give her something that she knows she can do each day she comes to the gym, get her ready.
Keeping the same warm-ups across multiple days is perfectly fine. Like it keeps synchronizing everything across the week. You walk in the gym, you do your same 3 or 4 things, and then you're into your session.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, it makes it super easy.
Absolutely. In terms of how the workout each day is structured, we'll go upper body. We're going to go press into a pull variation, and then more pull through her secondary movements, and then finishing off with legs for most of the days.
Yep, cool. Into that next day.
Into Wednesday? Yeah, perfect. So we will start with squats on the next day and then banded face pulls. Anywhere we can get some row variations in, we will. Any pull variations in, we will.
Yeah.
And then coming in straight back into more row variations.
Particular reason you chose cyclist squat over any other variation?
Well, for her, I just thought it was a good stepping stone to get to progressive squat.
Yeah.
She presented with neutral hips, ankles, knees.
Yeah.
I wasn't too concerned about that.
Yeah.
I was fully prepared to do this. If I fucked up, I was like, I'm gonna slip in whatever I want into my case study, man.
Yeah, I did. No, I just went for it. Neutral lumbar spine, pelvis, hip joint, knee joint.
Oh no, he's got it. He's got it noted.
So
that's good.
I just thought, okay, like good stepping stone. Get her in, get her squatting.
Yeah.
Put as many constrictions on the movement as possible.
Yeah.
Without having to worry about necessarily like coaching through a back squat yet.
No, that's cool.
Not to say that it won't come, definitely will, just for the moment, whilst we work through her kyphotic spine.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, where does a cyclist squat sit on your spectrum of like progression, regression?
Early on, dude.
Early on. Okay, so
sure.
would you put
goblet,
it
cyclist.
before or after a goblet?
I put it before.
before a
I
goblet?
did put it before, just for the people I've seen with limited dorsiflexion.
Yeah, does this person have limited dorsiflexion?
Neutral.
Neutral.
What
is
not
neutral?
Limited, not limited,
Okay.
but nothing.
The only thing,
Not unlimited.
the only reason I bring that up, you said this person is overweight. How many overweight people can do cycler squats for sets and reps, regardless of how much load you put onto them?
Yeah, limited,
Like usually it's quite a limited number. Usually you go like starting with an air squat or a squat to box, just body weight, and then progress to goblet. Then you progress to a cycler squat.
All right, that's the progression there.
See, if you didn't have case notes, this is where you could have said that she had an extensive 10-year training career when she was in her early 20s.
Used to be a power.
No, she's doing it.
Open case, bro. You did that.
No, I've locked myself in a box, hey.
Let's go to that last day.
And then, so final day. Again, it sets up like a shoulder day, but still full body, hey. Yeah.
Okay.
And on the other days, just to help with her composition as well, she is working a desk job, so trying to get in 3 10-minute walks throughout the days, it would be good for her, and then on the weekend she can go for longer ones. I just post-meal, get up, walk, that'd be the coaching there.
No.
For sure.
Not a bad start. The only thing I'll say you guys missed that I actually do have is general thoracic rotation.
Ooh, shit.
Both
I
missed
literally
that completely.
have to do that to myself. I can't believe I literally had to do it this morning.
So-
Does the world greatest stretch touch on that?
It does, but it's not loaded, so it's
Yeah.
not going to do much.
Oh, shit, yeah, no.
So
Drop the fucking
if
ball.
we have a look at my program,
Right, here we go.
the general demands on the thoracic spine are there overall. So my general person that I worked around was pretty much myself. If I had more thoracic
This place
issues.
is loaded, bro.
So if I sit there and go,
This is case name.
safety bar squats, obviously much higher demand on thoracic spine than a normal squat variation, and then straight into thread the needle. So demanding the thoracic spine to stay extended during the squat, and then opening up more range during the thread the needle.
So you've actually chose to load the T-spine during normal movements more so than...
Yeah.
Specific movement.
Most people, they still need to train. Like, I'm still going to train in this situation. The way you train is the important factor. So moving into basic dumbbell bench, split squat, banner face pulls, leg extension, fit pull dead bug.
Is there a reason you put the dumbbell bench on a predominantly leg day for a T-spine client?
Getting upper body volume when you can.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
With same thing, like if you're overloading that anterior chain, that's going to cause more issues than anything else. So slipping things in where you can fit them, it makes it easier.
Oh yeah, because you don't actually have an
there is
anterior
no
chain
push
day.
day.
You just slipped it in where it's acceptable, almost. Cool.
So moving on to the next day, barbell row into Cuban press, again demanding thoracic extension, and then general shoulder health.
So you've gone super, super heavy on the posterior work.
Oh yeah.
Like loaded it.
That single arm row is actually coached with thoracic rotation at the top. And then face pulls, seal row, easy bar curls, and planche plank.
The planche plank is that reinforcing?
Teaching upward rotation of the scapula.
Oh, okay.
So getting that movement, that helps with thoracic spine general health.
I see.
And obviously just your general.
Interior.
Then the last day is rack pull inverted rows, RDL single arm row with the rotation, and then dumbbell hip thrust, straight arm reverse fly, and half kneeling pull off.
Yep.
So it's got
spine rotation as well.
Anti-rotation work.
So we've got a little bit of everything across all 3 days, mixing with stacking thoracic spine, rotating thoracic spine, and stabilizing through range.
Rotation. I literally got told to do that last week by a physio, and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck you.
So it is a major factor when it comes to thoracic spine is you can do all the flexion extension work in the world
If you don't
until you start rotating thoracic spine, you don't get anywhere.
There's no true stability.
Yeah.
Because it's very like functional almost in lieu of a better word.
If you think about when you walk, you rotate your T-spine. When you run, you rotate your T-spine. When you throw, when you jump, like everything requires some amount of rotation.
Yep.
And you've gone, let's lock it in tight so it doesn't
get
move.
this shit done.
When you're already locked up tight.
Good tight. Powerlifter, bro. What would you expect?
Makes sense.
Okay, but so the way you coach the row, though, hey,
Yeah.
so I could coach the row like that
Quite easily.
on a 3-point row.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're getting that rotation through the single arm row variation. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Interesting.
Like, I do like 3-point rows as that quite cute.
For that,
Because
yeah,
you can
'cause
literally set and relax completely.
Yeah, correct.
Then pull again.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's
Very
sick.
nice.
Just something
I
to
like
think
it.
about.
Yeah, the old rotate, bro. Fuck, fully
we
dropped the
nailed
ball.
it.
Fully dropped the ball. Unbelievable.
Should have just written yourself a program, bro.
I literally fucking would have done a better job. I could have just copied my program from last month.
How else would you do it? How else would you get that rotation? Could you do one-sided cable pull parts, or would you go
Generally,
against
anything that sort of loads in that transverse plane. I think it's transverse. Anyway.
Sideways plane.
sagittal?
Definitely not.
My warm up this morning was like light ass wood chops just to get shit
Yeah.
moving, and then I was doing pal off, like just light load again, and then my actual physio work was isometric, like pulls. So I'd pull, like I'd go to my range, pull, relax, I'd get more range, pull, relax, get more range. That was like literally I didn't do anything else, then jumped into squats.
Yeah.
Safety bar squats. Magic. But yeah.
So, generally speaking, it's the same as any other concept. Like, mobilize first and then load that range.
Yep.
So, like Max was just explaining that thoracic rotation under load, that's pretty much go-tos outside of actually loading thoracic with single arm row, cable row variations. Or then you start looking at more sling activated work where you're doing sort of like single arm rotation pulls and split squat rotation
When are you
pulls.
introducing that into, like, that's not a gen pop thing?
That
It's
is
like
not a gen pop thing. It gets quite advanced at that point.
Yeah.
But at the same point, if you're getting someone ready for just general life, like if they've got a kid and they're going to pick them up with one arm,
True,
like
yeah.
that's
It's
pretty demanding for most
yeah.
people.
Pretty athletic.
So if you're going to do that, like putting 12 kilos on a cable row, doing a split squat, like that's pretty much what they would be doing, picking up a kid with one arm.
Yep, correct.
And if you ask any parents, they pick a kid up with one arm all the time.
So you could use that as your warm up, and then
Yeah, if you wanted
that's
to.
your range, and then strengthen that range.
Or it's your B2, sort of C2 area. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Do you think that torque bars have a role to play in torque bars?
Hold. What is a torque bar? Oh, like a
torsionator.
Torsionator, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The demand on the T-spine then goes far greater than what the T-spine can actually handle. That's the main issue. Like, if you ever set yourself up in a kneeling position trying to do T-spine
that shit
rotations,
is outrageous.
like that at no point is going to be demanding on the T-spine because everything else has to work harder just to control it.
Yeah, okay.
Like, if we're going to look at that sort of stuff, maybe like a 10 kilo bar might be where the thoracic spine's like, yeah, I have to work hard without everything else really trying to take over.
I see.
But that being said, you can start looking at, like, Brian's a great fan of them, but forgot about it, doing suitcase carries, waiter carries, that sort of stuff. Like single arm loaded carries, like the demand on thoracic spine to go
huge.
hold that where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Wow, there you go.
How good.
I like it. It's good. Case study works.
It does.
And I like that. Yeah, take a lesson. Openness.
Open.
Don't lock yourself down to rules.
Yeah.
No, it's much smarter.
Yeah, no,
back pocket
I
trick.
listen just about just knowing like the progression of the squat. Hey.
Yeah.
Like now that you really think about it, it's like it is pretty advanced. Hey?
Yeah.
I always just use it as a measure just to make the squat easy.
General heel elevation will make it easier. And a proper cyclist, where we use our
The
slant
blocks,
board,
yeah.
that's like
That's advanced as fuck.
aggressive.
Very aggressive.
The amount of people who complained when I was like, nah, no more blocks or plates, like use the board. And we're like, holy shit.
What a great investment that's been for the gym.
Oh, dude, 10 of that. I use that every week. Every week.
No, I do.
I'll send the invoice.
This is off the books, but like, and when I brought it in, Alex was like, it's way too intense. Like, it's not going to work.
Bro, that thing's hectic, man. I
I looked and I was like, ooh.
doing my
No, the
cycle
ankles
squats
are
with
like-
that. Fuck, bro. That shit's outrageous.
And then Brock was doing it in lifters.
Oh, dude. He's an animal.
Loves it.
Right. Where do you think we can improve on our programs? Do you think more T-spine rotation?
Yeah,
under load?
just
Yeah,
generally
yeah,
speaking.
absolutely.
Like, you looked at it very globally, saying like thoracic spine is stiff and locked down. You've gone, let's try and open it up. That's going to work, but it's for like 40%. You've missed the other 60% where you need that rotation. Just open up that little bit
all
more.
day, every day is rotate.
Like doing research, I've forgotten the exact numbers on like where your T-spine movement comes from. I'm pretty sure extension's like 30% and rotation's like 60 or 70. Like it's huge.
Damn, bro.
So like the rotation, like that's something that you actually need. That being said, let's move into the like more practical stuff. So we should all benefit from this. Doing like basic thoracic rolling and then thread the needle work, and you'll feel just how free you feel afterwards.
Yeah, dude, the stuff we just don't do. Oh,
fuck yeah.
Can we get a shot of Luna right now? She's doing some T-spine.
Hey?
T-spine work. Oh, she was doing some T-spine work.
Oh, doing some work. Love it.
Some work.
That's the intro to the video.
Yeah, done deal. Luna's onto it. Oh, shit.
All right. Literally foam rolling thoracic spine.
Fuck
I'm pretty sure I don't need to coach you through this.
This is what I do.
How do you do it?
I do this when I want to have a nap, so it looks like I'm working.
Oh, that's always good, hey?
And then I sleep on it like a pillow.
And then the added load from Luna.
So what do you look for here, Alex? Do you look for a spot and hold it, or did you go up and down?
Up and down. When you find a stiff spot, I tend to coach butt on ground and then try and reach the ground above.
What are your thoughts on like windmills and shit? What are they called? What do you call that? Butterflies? I don't know, flapping your wings.
Less a fan of that than actually just like opening up and then getting the rotation afterwards.
What about the split thing?
You do you, bro.
Okay, cool. Just checking. I should find out the actual names of movements before I say them.
Nah. Alright, you'll probably notice that unlike triggering other muscles, because this isn't muscle related, it'll generally be a quick pop, relax, done. If it doesn't pop or crack almost straight away, chances are it will not. So it's literally roll a couple times. If you do find a stiff spot, trying to do that slight thoracic manipulation yourself can work, but I wouldn't spend more than a minute doing this.
Yep.
So you want the cracks and pops, hey? That's a good sign. That's mobilising the spine.
Opening it up, from there, let's move into the thread the needle stuff.
Oh, I know I'm supposed to do this.
So essentially start it on the outside of your knee.
Hi, hello.
On all fours.
Go back.
From there, hand, and then reach as far as you can.
Hey, yo!
If you want to add to that, you then relax off there and reach up.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Generally 6 reps is about comfortable for most people.
No. Something terrible's happened to my T-spine.
I am instantly uncomfortable. You are lying.
Bro, I've got no range, eh? Oh, hey, yo. All right, we're on here, boys. We're on.
This is where the magic happens on the other side.
Oh my god. I should have started on this side.
Max is going to throw up.
Yep. This is not good.
What's wrong on this side for you, Max?
I don't know, but I got nothing.
Oh, that's my good side, boys.
This was actually my good side at physio last week. So I'm a little bit confused, but no, there it is. It's good. We're on.
Yeah, it just takes a couple of grease the grooves.
Yeah, gotta lube it up, bro.
Gotta lube it up. WD-40 the T-spine.
Luna looks so confused. Like, what are you guys doing?
I don't know what this trick is. I'll do it for treats, but I'm still not sure.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's really good, eh?
So if you stand up now, like, the physical release that should be there will be much greater than...
I always find my neck cracks, like, instantly when I go to crack it after I do T-spine release work. It's just like I stand up and it's like, bang!
Because your neck's probably compressed. after your T-spine. It's like, let's shrink 30%.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Oh, that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Holy moly, bro.
magic.
Ooh. And then obviously for the most part, pec minor
True.
and
Yep.
lev scat release work
That's
can be paired with that.
Bro, I've
That's
got a lap
more
pump. Sorry, we'll
indirect.
get back to the left scout, but dude, my lats are on, hey? Is that ideal though, or is that compensatory?
Your lats are probably just super stiff.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually always find that I'll do T-spine, lat, T-spine.
Yeah.
That's my go-to in
That's
the
fair.
mornings. Yeah.
Well, you think about your lats, probably one of the biggest muscles in your body.
To
Like
some,
if
yeah.
they're locked down
theory.
tight, you're going to have to release them at some point if you want to get that.
What's the go with a peanut roller versus T-spine? Or is it just
More aggressive on the general extension part, but also the peanut roller also gets erector spinae included in the release work.
which is why I do it.
Yeah.
Nah, cool. Yeah. All right.
Just
Groovy.
with T-spine stuff, loading it through an RDL is fine, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Teaching someone how to hinge is probably the best thing for them.
Yeah. Cool. Eddie Cohen, baby. Stiff spine.
Would like B-stance RDL contra-loaded help with T-spine rotation, or that's not?
Well, then you're not really rotating though, are
You're
you?
not rotating.
Yeah,
You're
you're not
introducing
rotating,
it.
so
Anti-rotation.
it is that demand on the thoracic spine being able to hinge in that position. Yeah.
So
There's nothing against it.
Thanks, Alex.
anti-rotation stability work. That's not rotation. That's still creating that stiffness, isn't it? Like you wouldn't class it the same.
I wouldn't class it the same, but it's also just as important.
So you still need to introduce it. Like you got to have all
Yeah.
three essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. It's all good.
It's the same as looking at a program and being like, we're only going to deadlift.
True. Oh yeah. It's like posterior anterior. You'd be crazy to not do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roger. Cool. Okay. That makes sense. That was my biggest question when I was when I was thinking about myself and not the fucking program I wrote. I was like, I wonder if I need to do as much at
Yeah.
bro.
General questions?
Yeah, I don't know.
Also the statements, eh? Like, I feel really good, dude.
Feel really good? Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? Very good.
Yeah, no. So T-spine effects on shoulder mobility. Is that
100%.
yeah, but like what 100% directness?
If someone has a shoulder issue,
Someone has a shoulder
Shoulder.
issue.
I reckon 90% of the time it'll be from T-spine, not shoulder.
Big call, bro.
So what happens?
cool.
What happens?
Go speak to a physio.
Kyphotic back, like their scapula is abducted.
Abducted.
Yeah, abducted.
Please explain.
Is that right? Am I getting that right? They're abducted. They've come away from each other.
That's winging.
That's winging. Okay.
Yeah.
But then that can also lead to that forward, that rounded shoulder.
Generally speaking, like in that rounded position, you've got forward tilt of the scap and you've got winging of the scap. So essentially like that bottom border of the scapula will start sitting off the rib cage because you're relaxed in that position. So anything that will drag you into there is essentially pec minor, lav scap, and lat. They're the three that'll do it.
They're short.
If you release the three, Max, yeah.
You said left scap before. I thought you said left scap, and I was like, why would you only do the left scap? Anyway,
Levator
Fucking
scapula. So essentially, those are the three that'll drag your scapula into
Wing.
forward tilt and winging.
yeah.
The muscles that do the opposite is pretty much
What you said
only
before.
serratus and a little bit of upper lower trap.
Rhomboid? No bueno.
No bueno, really.
No bueno.
Not for
yeah.
scap.
Because
see.
the attachment point isn't square, it's rotated a little bit up, so it wants to pull that way. So if you think you pull your scapula that way, it half does that job already,
I see.
which is, yeah,
Yeah, and that's elevation of the scap. Is that right?
that's elevation. That's retraction, that's protraction,
Bro, yeah.
downward rotation, upward rotation.
Magic.
Very good. That's good.
So I said T-spine is pretty like like very straightforward, but it integrates with.
I was going to say, like in my head, it was complicated because you go T-spine, you're looking at scaps, you're looking at shoulder position, you're looking at impingements. It's very correlated, but the T-spine by itself is very basic.
Very basic.
Yeah.
It does three things: it flexes, it extends, and it rotates.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
True. Yeah. Actually, that's
we got two of them.
No, I was going to say, hey, that's fucking, that's a win, bro. Like 50%.
2 out of 3, it's 66%. That is a solid B.
Yeah,
I don't know,
win, bro. It's fucking, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
No, I was going to say it's a good learning point too, because like it's not overcomplicated. My brain literally, clearly goes
overcomplicated.
T-spine issue. Holy shit, we're looking at scaps, we're looking at shoulder impingement, we're looking at positioning, like fucking globally, like. You go, okay, T-spine issue is literally just a fucking T-spine issue.
Yeah.
It's anything additional is additional.
The only problem with that is, like, how often do you get just the T-spine issue?
Yeah.
Never.
It is always integrated with something.
Tackling the issue is like
very simple.
approaching it is exactly. And then you can tackle scap issues separately and like not separately but
as a global thing at the same time.
Coaching wise.
Yeah, it's very simple to go T-spine, extend a little bit, and then coach the actual movement that you're looking for, rather than being like coaching the movement and then going like, extend your back. Do this, that. Like, it's much harder to go back the other way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's just coming down to the movement, I guess.
100%.
Wow.
Oh, very good.
Cool.
All right.
That was easy. What was that? That's the fast one. Oh, no. That still took fucking ages. It's good.
That was half an hour.
That's good.
And catch us next week for another episode of Story Strong Academy.
Oh, you're on, bro. That's fucking, that's it. That's the outro.
Awesome.
Sick.
That was awesome.
Is that us?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
How do we stop it? Let's just keep it on the inside down.
Pause.
Yeah, actually, I might walk around with this for the rest of the week.
Yeah, hear me eating.
Like, a week in the life of.
Alright guys, please message us on Facebook or Instagram with any feedback or recommendations you have, or topics you'd like to see covered. If you received any sort of value out of today's show, all we ask is that you share it with one friend. Thank you and see you next week.